there are some of your artwork behind you. Just for
Okay.
let's understand. Can you just tell us some of those works behind you and what are the inspirations behind them?
Okay. So over here I have a hyperrealistic artwork. This is more like a case study on hyperrealism. I've always been a fan of hyperrealism. So I took the picture myself actually. So it is an original work. Um, the model is a neighbor.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the seventh episode of Starting Line. It's been a beautiful run. Now, today I have a very interesting guest. He's an artist, he's my friend, and he's someone who is very, very talented. In fact, you are going to see some of his work in the background as he's joining today's episode. It's quite interesting to have someone of this high caliber when it comes to talent in today's episode. And this is quite something that I look forward to. He's an artist. He does everything that has to do with art, but he does like pencil art and I think painting. So I'm going to have that discussion on today's episode.
Good morning. Thank you for the introduction. So my name is Shotayo Kayode. I'm the visual artist. I'm a visual artist. So thank you for inviting me here today. It's good to join you.
Yeah, that's very beautiful. First off, can you just quickly tell everyone what got you into this creative space of having to make
Um,
art?
Art has always been a lifestyle for me more than a career. So I've always been into art for like as long as I can remember.
Okay, and when do you start your first, not just drawing, as kids, kids scribble, but when you start having to start make this thing, having to draw faces and stuff like that before you know that, okay, I want to take that as a career.
Um, okay. My first commission work was around 2019, 2020. So it's been a long journey. Then I used to work at a POS stand. So this man shop there, sometimes I go there, do my works, just put it there as display. So people come in as customers, they see it, they ask questions. So from there I got a customer. So I did the artwork, came out nice. The guy loved it. Since then, I've been posting back to back, and I've been getting more people following me from there. So that is how it started as a career. But as a lifestyle, it's always been there before that. But that's what made me start earning money from it.
Okay, I've known you for a very, very long time, and my
Yeah.
dad always points out to me how talented you are and always tries to be like, oh, see that guy is doing see that boy that's doing something. And it kind of makes me jealous because though I won't say I don't have talent. I know I do. Just finding it that
Mhm.
is quite difficult. But you found your own at a very early age and you decide that it is something that I want to do. So how has that journey been? And how have you been able to take it as someone that it's like a musician when you're singing at a very young age. It's a different
Mhm.
thing and like creatively when they are creatives who started at a very young age, it's
Mhm.
I won't say it isolates them, but it puts them in this different world from others. A lot of people when you work with people and you tell them that, oh, what do you want to do? And the next thing they tell you is that when I get there, I'll figure it out. But for
Yeah.
you, it's always been, I want to do this, I want to do this thing. And you can't find out when people are saying that they want to figure life out because you found your own very early.
Mhm.
So how's that been for you,
Okay.
in general?
Like I said, it has always been a lifestyle. So while I was growing, I've always been someone that likes being alone. I don't really like crowd. I don't stay with a lot of people like that. So I had to find a way to like make that fun for me. and the path I followed was art. So I could be alone for as long as I wanted to be. So if I do my paintings, do my artworks, and yes, I understand the point you made that people that really don't have what their plan is yet. You get, they don't know their plan yet. I- to me, it has always been different. That I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to go for. And apart from the talents, the thing is, people that discover it at an early age, they have more passion for it. You want to know more. You want to know more. So that has been what has always been driving me. I see this new thing. I like it. I want to learn about it. I see this new thing. It's different from what I know. I want to know it. So the passion has always been there. The drive has always been there. I think that is one of the most important things when it comes to talent. The passion is very, very important. So that is what has been driving me so far.
That was quite interesting because like I said, I can always fathom when I ask people question and they tell me that they want to figure it out. Now, your first project was you are commissioning a work for someone. Was that
Yes.
work like create something, like just visualize something and create, or was it okay, here's a picture, I want you to recreate this?
And yeah, it was more of a portrait work. So he gave me a picture to work on. I did it, did a little extra. In fact, if you see the picture now, so it was a commissioned work, a portrait, a self portrait of the client, and he really liked it. He really liked it. Really liked it.
And how was it? How was it having that responsibility? You know, it's a whole different thing when you are on your own. You are trying to just draw what you see, and it's now
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm going to give you money to do something, and you have a responsibility to the client. You have a responsibility to yourself,
Definitely,
and it's just
definitely.
your first time. You have to set the tone and let people know that if I'm doing this thing, I'm going to have to do it well. So how was that? Having the responsibility is not more just your thing, is now something that
So
is for someone.
the thing is, for an artist, for an upcoming artist, someone who is just starting to get commissions, it can be very scary. You don't want to disappoint yourself. You don't want to disappoint the clients. Sometimes you even overdo. Sometimes you don't do as much. It can be very, very, very scary because you'll be more cautious than when you are just free. And the thing is, it's not as hard as it actually is. Do you get? But in
Yeah.
in your head, it is scary because this person has seen your past works. If they don't like it, they wouldn't have approached you. So the best approach to it is just do what you have been doing. Ask questions. What do you want? How do you want it to be? Do you want it like this? Do you want, so get an idea of what the client wants, then bring it out into perspective, into real life. So it was scary at first. Though. It was, I won't even like, because me presenting it, I was thinking, would he like it? Would he not? What would his reaction be? And for an artist, then when you get commission works, the most important process of the work is when you get to present it and see the person's reaction. You're waiting to see what this person will say, what this person will do, their facial reaction. You're checking everything, everything. So it was scary, but as time goes on, I got used to it and things are fine. We thank God.
Okay.
Okay, so over time, something I've learned is that when you work on your craft, people will find you. You don't necessarily have to like search, I'm looking for customer, I'm looking for a client, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. All you have to do is work on your craft, perfect it, then show it to the people. Do you get? So advertisement is also very, very important. You have to like, because even if you are the best artist, if people don't know what you do, nobody knows you, nobody's giving you work. So perfect your craft and show it to the people. People will definitely find something good. So that is it. And about this issue of pricing when it comes to artworks. So at first I used to compromise on pricing. People will come, they want to get the artwork, but based on the pricing, they don't want to pay as much. There was a time I used to bring it down so they can bring it. But over time I figure out whoever values it will definitely get it. So that is the thing. Work on your craft, people will find you. Around that, what I would say is set your standards early. If you don't set your standards early, your community will set it for you. So if you are not as good, if you see your craft, you see, okay, this is where my craft is, this is the price, don't overprice too. You get, just make sure whatever you are doing is worth the price. Don't go below your standards. When you are sure of what you're doing, don't go below the standards it should be. Because when you go below it from start, when people start referring, they will refer with the original price you gave them. So now you're having to battle the next client. No, I just gave the person that price. That is not the original price. Now it does not work like that. If you have given the original price from start, they did the artwork. Whoever is referring to someone of that caliber that can afford that kind of thing. So you have to set your standards early.
That's quite interesting. Really an interesting advice. I believe other people should take. Now, there are some of your artwork behind you. Just for
Okay.
let's understand. Can you just tell us some of those works behind you and what are the inspirations behind them?
Okay. So over here I have a hyperrealistic artwork. Let me. Is there a way to turn the camera?
You
Nope.
can just point to your phone. You can
So
also contact them.
this is more like a case study on hyperrealism. I've always been a fan of hyperrealism. So I took the picture myself actually. So it is an original work. Um, the model is a neighbor in my house. So
Hmm.
and it came out really well. Or really came out better than I expected. Then this is my most recent work. This one. So this is titled Where I Rest. So you see on the artwork, you see a lady giving this facial expression of surrender. Then she's in a wedding veil, so it's more like a representation of how love can be a place of rest and a place of refuge. So the white veil is actually a wedding veil. Then
Oh, nice.
this one here, the butterfly, that is through shadow she blooms. Then that is ballerina. Then this is titled The Cretan Fury. If you are familiar with the story of the Cretan Fury, you can check it out later. So then this is the painting I'm currently working on, though it's just about 60% done.
Hmm. That's nice.
It should be about a week it's over done. Yes.
And those are nice and those are very beautiful. And I think I would want to ask a question on this. When you started, I think I know you from someone who just do your drawing and your 2D drawing, and I also know when at least I had the idea of the time when you were learning having to do I just hyperrealism work, and
Mm-hmm.
at some point are you um how would I say it? Are you at the stage where you are scared of how you've grown? Because I know, like I've seen some of your work when you started, and now you are going to the page. But I know you saw this pencil art, and I always say, okay, this guy is a pencil art guy, and now you are doing painting. Are you just like, wow, I've got to this stage where I don't think there's nothing I can do again.
Definitely. Definitely, definitely. There are sometimes I see my old works. In fact, I think I still have the picture of that my first work, the first commission work. I look at the painting sometimes and I be like, if this guy see what I'm doing now and he compares it to what I did for him, he will just feel for me. So yes, the growth has been there. It has really been there. It has really there's no way I can even explain it with my mouth except you actually see the artworks and compare the differences. There's no way I can explain that you even understand it. the growth has been massive. So that is something good. And I like to explore. I like to explore. Over time, I've always been with pencil works. I've always done more pencil because I really love pencil works. Not that I couldn't have done something else. I've done ballpoint pen artworks before, but not just my thing. But I do like to explore. So I'm going into oil painting recently. I've been going into oil painting recently, and let's just see how it goes.
In life, when you are going through when you're going through life and you're seeing people that always like what's the next step. If life gives me this, I'm going to go face this. If life give me this, I'm going to face this. And there's no much planning, there's no much um artistic, there's no like they are doing this thing, they are this thing, but they are just like, okay, whatever is what they bring me, I'm going to fight it head on. And there is like having to go being around people that are like that this artwork or this art is their identity. Now, is there like a feeling you have when you are around your community compared to when you are just around everyday people, and compared to when you're around
Yeah.
people that are also in a whole different community but it's not what you do, like filmmaking, like music, like even people that are doing programming. So is there like
Mhm.
something that you've noticed when you move around this community and this set of people?
Okay, definitely, definitely. So recently I was thinking about this particular thing you're saying. So lately I've been around my community, like people in the arts community, and I can say, the way I finish an artwork, I post it, and everybody's like, "This is good, this is good, this is good." That kind of. Over time, it just gets, you get. I'm not saying it is bad, but over time, it just gets compared to when I'm around artistic people, when I'm around people in the same community as I. The thing is, you are more motivated. Your The motivation is crazy. The drive is crazy when you're around people that does the same thing as you, and especially people that are better than you. Because you feel when I finish an artwork, it is nice, but to everybody here, you are just one of many. So it drives you to think more. It drives you to want to stand out. It drives you to want to like expand. Do you know that kind of thing? So
Yeah.
the drive actually is. I think this is not restricted to art community alone. This should be something in general. Stay around people that motivate you. Stay around people that makes you want to do more. So I think that, and even if I go into people in other communities, I become the kind of people that see my art and be like, this is very good. This is so I'm even surprised. I'm even wondered by whatever they are doing if it is something I really like. But to them too, when they are around their set of people, they are just one of many. So the difference is there. The difference is there.
Yeah,
The
I
difference
think
is there.
that's nice. Always tell my team is networking is very important, because especially when you're networking with people in
Mm-hmm.
your own community, you are always there's this drive. There's something you're always going to learn every day. Oh, this guy is doing something different. This guy is doing something, and you're like, okay, I want to do this thing. And or sometimes when you are doing something and you think that because everyone around you is telling you that, oh, you are great, this thing is good, and they will tell you that actually this method you are doing is either it's wasting more time, or you just do something like this and you're going to get a better result. So I think being around your community helps people to improve in general. So now, as I was saying, how do you stay true to your artistry integrity with the ever growing and ever evolving outward, especially when it comes to technology, when it comes to style, when it comes to method, when it comes to tools? How is it that you stay true to yourself?
Mm, okay. One thing is every artist has their own style, natural style. It's not really something you can change. It is subconscious. There are some artworks you see, you know, if you are familiar with this person's work, you know this is this person's work. If you are familiar with it, when you see someone else's work, you know whose work it is. So one style is staying true to one artist does. We change in some ways. We change in some ways because the way things are going, you will definitely see things you want to try out. You will see going to, you will see new things you would like to. But regardless, that signature is usually there. Whatever you do, it is just usually there. Some people it is with color, some people it is with style. Because I have when I see his work, I know this is probably this person's work because he loves purple. Not just that he uses purple a lot, but there's a way he uses purple. You know this is this person's work. And even my own work, most of my works are um usually like chaos like. So when you see my works outside, sometimes you know this is this person's work. Oneself is usually something that comes through consciously to an artist.
What inspired those that your choice of medium in general, your choice of medium, the like now you said that you've been using pencil, and there's something that
Yes.
inspires the fact that you love using pencil, and even now that you are trying oil painting, over has this
Mm-hmm.
choices of medium, especially when you are giving the work, or when you want to create something new, and you're like, okay, for this particular work I'm going to use painting, or for this particular work I'm going to use hyperrealism, or just normal style. For you, what inspires those
Okay.
work?
Okay, so for pencil, I said I've always been using pencil. I love the sense of freedom. There's more freedom with pencil than with any other material you get. Then on the matter of when I see a work, I want to decide if I'm using pencil or if I'm using painting. So there's what we call chiaroscuro in art world. Chiaroscuro means difference in value, where there's a middle tone, a light tone, and a dark tone. So if I see an artwork, if I see maybe a reference picture, and I see there's a very good chiaroscuro, a very good balance of light, medium, middle tone, and dark tone. I want to go more for pencil work. I'll prefer to use pencil to do that kind of thing. Before I can say I want to use painting, it will be something that has a color balance. Do you get something that has very good color balance? I love the way the colors are aligned. I love the way the whole artwork is. Though during the work, I'll change a lot of things. Do you get? As an artist, you have the ability to change, to edit out or edit into any artwork you are going to do. So if I have a reference work, I know the things I'm removing, I know the things I'm adding. But before I decide which one I'm going for, depends on the value present on the artwork, on the reference work. Do you get? So if I see a picture that has a good balance when it comes to light tone, middle tone, and dark tone, I prefer to go for pencil work because I really love black and white. That is why I do that. But if I see something that I see the color balance in this work, the black and white alone is not enough for this kind of thing, then I go for oil color. So that is how I
Okay.
select.
Do you has there been cases where you've been into creative blocks, and how do you choose to overcome that?
Creative blocks for an artist is usually related to one's mental health, depending on what you're going through, depending on though it can be used. Okay, this is it. Life happens, yes. And when life happens, motivation can be gone. During that time, they are usually creative blocks. You don't know what to do. You don't know um, the next thing you want to do. But during that time, for an artist, you can actually change it to a positive side. Think of something that represents whatever you're going through. Do you get? Bring it out into an artwork so that you are creating an artwork that tells a story. Okay, so that is one way of overcoming it. That, in fact, that has been my major, and I can even say my only way of overcoming whatever I'm going through. So that is it.
Interesting. Now, one of the issues in the creative space in general is commercialization. When you want to go
Mm-hmm.
commercial or want to commercialize your work, when you want to sell your work, yeah, it's not easy. Like a lot of people want to display art, they'll tell you that I want to look at art. They go to the streets, they see something, they go to the most times it's always about even going to the phone. Or some people you tell them that okay, let's go to the museum, and they'll be like, why
Mm-hmm.
should I go to the museum? If I go to my phone, I can see the same thing that is in the museum. I can even learn the thing about the story behind it and watch videos and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And in general, I don't think we have a lot of people in Nigeria that are into art and they look at art and be like, oh, this thing tells a story. A lot of people, when they see art, they just see the thing that is on the wall. They don't see the story. They don't see things like that. So, but for you now, as someone who is growing in this space, how do you face commercialization? Try to commercialize your work head on. How do you balance, or how do you look at people and say that okay, because there are a lot of people that don't see art, there are a lot of people that won't buy art, there are a lot of people that will just want the cheapest thing. So how do you
Mm-hmm.
try to face that kind of thing and face that struggle, especially in this country that we are in?
Okay. The thing is, artwork can be overrated. Do you get? Artwork can be overrated by people who don't value it. Now, one thing is, you mentioned some people will be like, why would they go to see it when they've already seen it online? That is what makes graphic design different from visual art. Visual art, no matter how good the camera is, no matter how good your phone is, what you see on your phone is way different from what you see in real life. It is way off because the feeling is just different when you go to see the artwork in person. Because especially sometimes even for paintings, when you see a painting in real life, you examine the texture of the paintings, you examine everything in person. It is different. The feeling, even me as an artist, when I see another artist work online and I like this particular artwork, I know if I see this thing in real life, I'll still be wowed because it is usually a different feeling. Then how I commercialize my work, mostly been using um, social media, my social media platforms. So I have a TikTok account, I have an Instagram account, and I also have a Facebook account, but I've not really been active there. In fact, I just post there. I've not been checking, but I'm usually more active on TikTok and Instagram. Then also, I don't push out my artworks alone to to Nigerian audience. Do you get? I push it out into the world, different countries. So you sometimes you get a lot of people there because even the way a lot of people don't value art in Nigeria, there are still a lot of people that still value it too. Do you get? So, like I said, it depends on how you push your work. It depends on who is seeing it. There are a lot of people still in this Nigeria that are willing to pay well. They are willing to pay well. They are willing to do artworks rather than just on AI generated picture. So that's it.
Yeah, even on that AI is what my next question is. I once went to someone's house and I saw the artwork on their walls. Do they have lot of artworks, and they're like, okay, I love this artwork. But when there's one time I was looking at one of them carefully and I was like, this thing is AI generated. I could clearly see that it's AI generated. Maybe because
It's
I'm in this
always
space,
true.
I can easily identify what is
Mm.
AI and what is not. But I could clearly see that this is AI generated. And I believe there are a lot of people that won't easily identify. It's when it comes to looking at it physically, yeah, that's different.
Mhm.
But there are cases where a lot of people won't able to notice which is AI generated, which is not AI generated. There are a lot of people who are pushing into AI generated graphic design. A lot of people who are pushing into AI generated art, and it's now it's no longer it's no longer a race between original and counterfeits. It's now original human ideas and AI.
And right.
Before it was like, okay, I want to fight the guys that are pirating my work. That's a different case. Though the
Yes,
case
yeah.
is still
It's
there.
still
People are
there.
still pirating
Yes.
work. People are still doing all that on the
The
streets. You will see
plagiarism
someone
is there. Yes.
yes, they are
Hmm.
pirated. But here now, it's AI generated. Yeah, with people that are like, why do I need artists? It's just pencil work of my face. Let me take it to AI, make this in pencil work, make it in this style, do this, do this, do this, and they print it out. And I know one thing that is always going to be different is that when it is on paper, when it is on a canvas, it is always a different feeling. When you touch it, you can always feel
Hmm.
it. But in
Then
general,
aside
two people
that,
with no AI thoughts. Yeah, go
aside
on.
that, aside that, there's something about visual art that will always make AI different. There's this perfect imperfection that comes with a hand drawn artwork. That when you see, even as an artist, there are works you do, you intentionally leave mistakes on it. So that is something AI cannot replicate. That is something that is just natural. So there is this perfect imperfection that is always with hand drawn artworks, or even graphic design sometimes. Yes. So it is always different. It is always different from AI. No, it is different. It is different.
Okay, that's a very beautiful answer, and we are almost going to the close. Normally, if they are a musician, I'll say that who are the artists you look up to, and who do you want to collaborate with? But art is very different. So for you,
Mhm.
are there any like events or galleries you are planning to host, or the ones you want to be in, or those festivals you want your art to be shown in? Are there stuff like that you're always looking forward to, or things
Mhm.
that you've done in the
Mhm.
past? That
So so far, I've checked a few galleries. Um, Probably this year, maybe late this year, I'll be exhibiting my works, but I've not decided which gallery yet. I've not decided, and I've not even reached out because apart from you picking the gallery has to pick you too. So I've not
yeah.
reached out to many of them yet. So we'll see how it goes by ending of the year. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, I do hope that next time we're having conversation like this, it's conversation of this guy is planning to host his own
You
work
know
at this
what?
particular gallery, this particular festival.
Do you mind if is it okay if I invite you over whenever I'm hosting a gallery? You can even come over, cover anything you want to cover. Then you get.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Recently, I think your last month, I visited Plus 234 Arts. I think okay,
Okay.
I would nearly sent it up. You are following them. So I was of the impression that
Mm-hmm.
you are aware of the art festival, or maybe you have gone to one of those days.
Yes, yeah,
Uh,
I knew about it.
yeah, so immediately I saw when I that particular day I was trying to go through social media to see one particular event that I can't go. And when I saw
Mhm.
the art plus 234 art, I was like, this is something Kyle will be interested in. That I wish it was one of the guys that was, because I was looking at the names, and I was also
Mhm.
surprised I couldn't see your name, because I was like, this is something that you'll be interested in, and I wanted to send it to you, but it's not like they are looking for
It
curators. I
was
already have
already
a
too late. Yes. In
yeah,
fact, I
so
found out when it was like everybody had already registered before I found out about the event. So there was nothing I could have done about it. So
Yeah, so those are things that I always love to like. Try, if I see something that this person would be interested in, I always want to put it in. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever you have anything, you are free to invite me any given time. I would always,
All
if
right.
I'm available, I'll make sure that I can come to that
All
particular
right, bro.
event. So can you let people know how they can reach out to you if they want to give you a commission work or they want to reach out to you on social media? Can you let them know?
So my TikTok account is KKAY underscore Shotayo SHOTAYO. Then my Instagram account is also KAY underscore SHOTAYO. Then my phone number, in case you just want to go direct, is 09064393273. Thank you.
Okay, so we're also going to put that in the description so that people can also reach out to you whenever it is
Okay.
that they have something to do. It's been wonderful having this conversation. I've
Thank
always
you
want
very
to have
much.
conversation with you for a very long time, and I hope that
Mhm.
when next we're having conversation like this, it will be like, oh, you have something to show, you have something at this
Yes,
particular gallery, or you have a big event that you want to host, and we'll make sure that we are.
definitely.
So thank you very much for your time and do
You're
enjoy the
welcome.
rest.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that was K Shotayo is a visual artist, is very talented. You can hear the way he speaks, the way he talks, and this is something that I do want every artist to know that even no matter how small you are, or how big you are, we are always here for you at Streamdorm. And even if it's not starting line, there are other conversations that we want to have. We have more podcasts that are coming up. There are so many ideas that we have that I do hope that as time goes on that we can be parts of this and can help the community because we are not just a media platform that just post news every single day. We are a media platform that try to integrate ourselves into the community and try to help the community, help people as they are growing, help people as they get as they are becoming big, help the big guys and try to just elevate the industry in general. And I wish I could just I wish I could just go on and have more of these conversations, but um that's all for today. Thank you for being part of Streamdorm. Make sure you check out our past episode and make sure you check our future episode. I also have a particular program, and right now I'm even thinking of something that is relating to art. But till then, we are going to see what's going to happen. My name is Adedayo. This is Starting Line, and thank you for being part of today's episode. Bye for now.